Welcome to This Explainer. Today we're diving into the hidden science of human behavior to uncover exactly how trained FBI analysts and psychologists can read anyone in a room in just a matter of minutes. Right now, there is someone in your life who is not who they appear to be. You have sat across from them, laughed with them, maybe even trusted them completely. And they have been performing the entire time. Today, I am going to show you exactly what trained FBI behavioral analysts and psychologists look for when they need to read anyone in the room within minutes. And once you see this, you will never be able to unsee it. All right, let's get into part one, the hidden performance, peeling back the social mask. Which brings us right to part two, actions before words, reading the body's preparation. Picture a high-stakes scenario, right? Like a job interview. You're observing a candidate in the waiting room. A genuinely confident, comfortable candidate is literally going to take up space. They sit back, they spread out, their breathing is nice and slow. But what if you have a candidate who's hiding something on their resume or just feeling deeply threatened? Their body already shows intense nervousness before they say a single word. They contract, they tightly cross their arms, they pull their legs together, they lower their chin, they physically make themselves smaller to protect their vital organs. So there is this absolute golden rule in behavioral analysis. The body prepares before the mouth speaks. And these physical contractions, they're completely involuntary. I really want to emphasize this, because these physical shifts tell you significantly more about what someone is hiding or how they actually feel than anything they are about to actually say in that interview chair. Moving down the funnel to part three, the unguarded moments, the public face versus reality. You see, the real person lives in the unguarded moments. You've really got to train yourself to watch their face in that tiny half-second right after they receive news, just before they have the time to compose a fake, socially acceptable reaction. That fleeting micro-expression, that is the absolute clearest window into who someone actually is, underneath the performance they give everybody else. Let's say you're at a business dinner. You see their public face, right? They're speaking incredibly respectfully to the boss, laughing at all the right jokes, just playing the game perfectly. But then, you catch their unguarded reality. Watch exactly how they treat the waiter at the restaurant when they think nobody important is watching. If they snap their fingers, demean the server, or act completely dismissive, well, that's the reality. They have nothing to gain from the waiter. That mistreatment is the raw truth of their character. Okay, part four, the eye contact myth, decoding the stare. So do liars actually avoid eye contact? We've all been raised to believe that if someone is lying to us, they're going to look down or look away, shifting their eyes nervously. But here's the crazy thing. Because people inherently know this myth, liars actually overcorrect. To convince you they're telling the truth, they will lock onto you and maintain intense, unbroken eye contact. Experts call this managed eye contact. Natural eye contact breaks and returns. It's got this relaxed, easy rhythm to it. But managed eye contact feels entirely different. Imagine a friend who is an hour late meeting you. As they're explaining why they were late, spinning some wild story about traffic and a dead phone, they maintain suspiciously perfect eye contact. They're staring you down, unblinking, desperately trying to appear honest. It feels incredibly forced. Honestly, anything that feels managed in human interaction is a glaring red flag. Which brings us to part five, the ultimate character test, how they handle being wrong. Secure people just acknowledge a mistake, correct it, and move right along. But others, they absolutely cannot tolerate being wrong. They'll deflect the issue, reframe the whole narrative, find bizarre reasons why they were actually right all along, or just shift the blame entirely. Think of that coworker we've all had, the one who, the precise moment a project failed, immediately blamed everyone around them. Before the meeting even wrapped up, it was the client's fault, the software's fault, your fault, just never theirs. So, the crucial point here is this. This kind of defensive behavior tells you exactly how they're going to treat you the moment you challenge or disappoint them in the future. If they can't handle a minor professional mistake without burning the room down, it tells you everything you need to know about how safe it actually is to be genuinely honest with them. All right, part six, unstructured conversation, what they talk about freely. What actually happens when you give certain people a completely blank conversational canvas? Think of the exhausting example of someone at a casual dinner party who always brings their salary, their new car, or their incredible achievements into every single conversation without anyone ever asking.
Their conversational drift is basically 80% unprompted bragging and 20% surfacing old grievances. It completely occupies their mind, so naturally it dominates their mouth.
A deeply insecure or angry person is constantly seeking validation, right? They use unstructured time to bring up their status just to make sure you know they're important. But someone who is genuinely secure, someone who feels pretty good about their life, they simply talk about what interests them. What a person chooses to talk about when they have complete freedom is a direct, unfiltered reflection of their internal state. Finally, part 7, seeing the truth clearly. Knowledge is protection. By following these 5 steps, observing those physical tells, watching for unguarded moments, assessing for managed eye contact, testing their reaction to being wrong, and just listening to their natural conversational drift, you begin to realize a really profound truth. The information, all the signals, they were always present. You just needed to know where to look. The people who hurt you most in your life were never mysteries. They showed you who they were from the very beginning. You just did not know where to look. Now you do. And that changes everything.